We're streaming to YouTube.
Cool font. Mm. The is wild.
Hey, folks on YouTube, give us a hot minute.
That's okay.
YouTube gets to see the... All right, we'll be here with Off Script in about 20 seconds. Okay. Oh, actually, I shouldn't talk because you can hear it. Yes, that's correct. Yeah. Don't tell any secrets. I won't. Okay. Oh, wow, we are live. And we're live. Hey, guys. Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hello, fox4now.com. I am Amy Wegman alongside the beautiful Shari Armstrong, and we are here for Off Script. This is our video podcast.
We do it every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we are growing to love it more and more, right? All right, well,
Okay, I'm not gonna
maybe I should
lie.
not speak
No,
for
no, no.
both of us.
I think you should.
Okay.
You can always speak for me.
Okay, thank you.
When our boss first came to us and was like, "You guys are going to do a podcast," I was like, "Oh, you gotta be kidding!"
100% no.
Like, okay, just add something more to my plate.
Yeah,
It's honestly like my favorite part of my workday.
I have to agree with you too. I was a little nervous because sometimes when I feel like the thing that really intimidated me was everybody has a podcast. I was like, oh gosh, how are we going to blend into the podcast life? But I think we're doing well.
Thank you for using proper grammar, first of all.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sometimes Sean says, stop talking like a TV person.
No, but well is the right word.
Thank you so much.
And I said good up until like a year ago. So,
Shout out to ECS.
right?
Yeah.
Go Sentinels.
Go Sentinels.
So yeah, I'm here for it. I'm loving it. We hope you guys like it too. And now that we're on YouTube, we're gonna eventually stream on Facebook as well. Drop us comments, ask us questions. We want to know what you want us to talk about because the nice thing about Off Script is we can go off script. We're not, on the news. We can talk about personal stuff too.
Exactly.
And then also give you some news of the day.
So speaking of personal stuff,
Okay.
I was in the newsroom, and to paint a picture for those of you who obviously aren't in the newsroom with us, we have like the feeds and the networks from all over coming into the newsroom. So we have a bunch of TVs where you can see programming from all over. I looked over at one of the other networks, and Mario Lopez
Oh, I love Mario Lopez.
was on.
AC Slater to me.
Right. This
Saved
is
by the
exactly
Bell.
what we were talking about.
When you
Allie
wake
and I
up
were
in
talking
the
about.
morning and your alarm gets out of warning, you don't think you'll ever make it on time.
I can't believe it. This is exactly what we were talking about
Saved
yesterday.
by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell.
Love Saved by the Bell.
So it launched a conversation because Allie was like, "Oh my gosh, Saved by the Bell, like, see Slater, da 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 da," and I tend to like the older Mario a little more.
Yes.
Okay. But we started talking about who was your first
First.
celebrity crush. I feel like I should finish that sentence. Who was your first celebrity crush? I set us up for that. My bad, girl. My bad.
Thank you.
First celebrity crush.
That's
the
a
first
tough
person.
one. I got to
You-
think back into the vault.
Exactly. I was just gonna say you kind of got to think back. Now I feel like I got a little advantage over you because we had this conversation since yesterday, but I didn't tell her who it was. But I've been thinking about it.
Okay, so I think my first celebrity crush, because I was like a tweenager,
Yes.
was, and nowadays I'm not crushing on him anymore.
Okay.
But like Titanic era Leonardo DiCaprio.
100%.
That's when like Romeo and Juliet came out, that
time.
like new version of it,
Yes.
and Titanic, and he
Yes.
had like
And
the
the hair.
flowy hair. That was like his prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think back then it would have been Leo.
Leo is a good one. Leo makes sense to most of us.
How about you?
So I really had to think about it because I
Okay, where are we going?
I projected him as my stepfather because I was like, I really wanted him to be in my life.
Wait, what?
So I
I like literally don't even know what's going on right now.
Okay.
Who
Stop
was
laughing, Nate. I have to get it out.
who was your celebrity crush?
I never even said. It was Michael Bolton.
You're lying. You're lying. She's crying.
I promise.
Oh my god.
Tell the kids that Michael Bolton was my stepfather. my life so much, but he was so much older than me.
Somebody get this girl a tissue.
So when
I love Michael Bolton too, but I'm not into straight mullets.
oh man, it was
Oh
the
my
and the
gosh.
way his hair used to blow, like in the music
Oh.
videos and stuff.
I love you so much.
Thanks, Neha. Please give.
Honestly, if you gave me 20 guesses, he would have not been in any of them.
It's crazy. Like when my grandfather used to drop me off at school, and people would be like, "Where's your mom?" It's like, "Oh, she's at the Today Show because Michael Bolton, my stepdad's performing." My mom is at home watching in disbelief. Thank you so much. I need that.
That was good.
Thank you.
Wait, so is he your current day adult celebrity crush?
No, I have a brand new
Okay.
celebrity.
Does he also have straight?
I also think I have a type.
Is it like David Spade or something? I don't know. Like what? What's going on here?
It's that guy. What's his name, Neha? He plays. And the guy who plays Craven.
I have no idea who this is.
We watched
Hold
the
on, I
movie
gotta
last
Google him.
night on date night.
Hold on.
Amy.
Craven?
Craven. Okay, somebody look up that man. Okay,
Hold on, I'm looking him up.
Aaron Taylor
Aaron
Johnson.
Taylor
Johnson.
Johnson.
Did you stop midway? Cause you,
I mean,
girl. Please, yeah, you have. Yeah, okay, that's true. Put that picture down. That does not justify my new
hold on.
celebrity
How do you
crush.
spell Craven?
Kravn. And if you haven't seen the movie, it actually is a really good movie. We just watched it last night on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, this
See,
is better.
that's what Allie. That's what Allie did. She's
This
like,
is
oh,
better.
yeah, he's so.
You ju- Now, is it his face or his abs?
It's his face actually.
okay.
It was crazy watching it on date night. I was trying to tell you. I was like, oh wow, this is a crazy scene. But I really just couldn't stop looking at him. He's just very handsome.
Does Sean think he's handsome?
I did not. I couldn't even tell him like what I was really thinking. I was just like, wow.
Oh,
Who's your current celebrity crush?
I don't really have one. But if I had to choose one, it's somebody who I think is funny and handsome.
Okay.
It's Thor.
Oh, we can. All,
Right?
what's that man's name? Jason.
Chris.
No,
Chris Hemsworth.
I was gonna say Jason Momoa.
No, see, everyone thinks Jason Momoa is like Chef's Kiss, and I'm like, I just don't see it.
I think he's beautiful for sure.
Yeah.
But Chris Hemsworth is beautiful.
Yeah, and he's
too.
funny in
Yeah.
like the Avenger movies. and-
Absolutely.
yeah, so I'm like,
The
and he has the
personality.
accent.
Yes.
Yeah, so it would be him.
That's a win.
But
And
obviously, my husband's my number one crush.
oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he, yeah. Mm-hmm. I would say that too. I forgot to say something like that. Anyway,
Oh my God, Michael
um,
Bolton.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
I
Neha,
know what to get you for
who's-
Christmas now.
What?
I don't know. Maybe the
The album.
album, the vinyl. Isn't he sick? He was just diagnosed with cancer.
Oh, this Neha's like, let's just keep talking.
Okay.
Oh, if that's the case, I do feel very sad about that. Okay. We should talk about some of the news of the day that we talked about on air. Are you looking up Michael Bolton?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's not going to let that go. In the meantime, I was just curious, Neha, who is yours, really quick, your current celebrity crush? Yeah.
Henry Cavill.
People are
Superman is 10 out of 10. I'm with that.
celebrity crush.
Used to be Mario Lopez, now Adam Driver. I love a big nose.
You listen. This is a safe place, and it's not on air. It's just online where it lives forever, so it's fine.
Ever and ever. Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's talk about some news and
Okay.
what's going on in the world. McGregor Boulevard.
Yeah. All right.
It's if you've ever driven on McGregor, you know when there are accidents there, it's a mess, right? Like we see a lot of really bad accidents, especially at night. You know, the palm trees and a lot of just very bad accidents. But we also see a lot of what do you call those? Dump trucks.
Yeah.
And so there's this talk. Fort Myers Police was talking with our community correspondent Yoshi Price that they are watching McGregor because there's been a push to stop dump trucks from driving in that area and pay more attention to some of these areas in Fort Myers, like Fowler, Cleveland, Winkler, State Road 82, that they have like a problem, and I'm putting that in air quotes, if you will, with tickets and crashes. So there's more of an officer presence, and I think that this is something a lot of people can get behind. We're just going to show you some of the crashes.
Yeah, and we actually spoke to Chief Jason Fields of the Fort Myers Police Department, and he said directly that for people who live in this community to also remember, like, yes, they're being active, they're patrolling, they're giving out I feel like he said something about
Warnings.
warnings, thank you, not tickets. But he also said that some of the trucks that you're seeing, like this one, could be like a delivery truck as well, and so the truck might be working within that community as well because they're getting so many reports. So he said one of the things he wanted to mention was that some of the people might be working in the community as well.
And then they have to be in there, right? Like they have to
Exactly.
deliver dirt or whatever it is, but they are watching it, they're monitoring it because they were trying to pass a city ordinance that banned dump trucks that weren't working in that area from using it as a cut through. So again, it's just a topic. It's something you should pay attention to. We're paying attention to it because it's up for discussion.
They have those no through trucks
Yeah.
the signage right now, though.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they're working on it. We'll keep you updated.
We will.
Yep.
The other thing we're working on is learning more about e-bikes.
Well, Amy is an expert at e-bikes at this point. If you have been keeping up with us, I can't remember if we were live when we were actually having that conversation about e-bikes, but we know this was a big talker. And listen, your son is not the only son out
No.
there that's like, please, please let me get an e-bike. It's a huge talker in families. A lot of kids want them because they're cool.
Yeah, it's like every tween/early teenager, if they're not driving, right, before the driving age, they want the e-bikes and they stress me out because there's different levels, right? Some of them go 19 miles an hour, some go 28 miles an hour, some go 30 and up. So, they're fast. But anyway, Marco Island, they are the leaders there considering some new rules and regulations when it comes to e-bikes. So if you remember, Collier County already did change their rules after
Right.
a 14-year-old was hit and killed on an e-bike.
That's right.
But Marco is looking at prohibiting riders from cutting between sidewalks and roadways. So they'll have to drive in a designated area. 15-mile-an-hour speed limit. Because, if you're walking on the sidewalk, they don't want people flying by at 28 miles an hour. They're going to have more officers watching the e-bikes, just keeping their eyes on them. And then they want to potentially ban modifying e-bikes. I would like to learn more about that because you can modify them to make them go faster. How are you going to police that,
How do
though?
you regulate how fast it can go is what you're saying.
Well, and how do you even know?
Right.
Like, you'd have to
You'd have
really
to
inspect
modify it.
that thing
Mhm.
to know if there's like I'm not a e-bike engineer, but I would imagine you can't tell just by looking at it,
Right,
right? I don't
right,
know. Anyway, so they're watching that on Marco Island. I am very interested in this conversation moving forward, too, because like I tell my son, they changed the law recently with golf carts in the city of Fort Myers, right? So anyone could drive them, and they changed it 16 and under. You have to have a license. You cannot. I feel like with e-bikes, right, because they kind of came onto the market so quickly and became so popular, we're going to have these discussions in cities across Southwest Florida.
Mhm.
They're already having them on the East Coast because people are getting hurt and, people are concerned about where they're driving them. So I feel like this discussion is just in its infancy, and we're going to have to watch this for a minute.
Yeah, Marco Island essentially meeting, I believe it's tomorrow. And then so obviously we'll bring you the latest when it comes to that particular city and further conversations.
Did
in our
you
area.
swish fluoride when you were a kid?
Yeah.
My mom was the fluoride lady in
Yeah.
school when I was little. I don't know what I just did. Sorry.
When you said she was the fluoride lady, like
Hold on. I
she-
messed something
it's
up.
okay.
Hold on. So when I was little, when I grew up in Massachusetts, she would bring, because apparently wherever I grew up didn't have fluoride in the water.
Mhm.
So she would bring a tray with the little cups with fluoride, and we would all put it in our mouth and
Yes.
swish for a minute and then
Mhm.
spit.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was that volunteer.
Love.
It's just a weird memory. But
Love.
anyway, we don't do that anymore because fluoride's in the water. Well, now obviously that has changed. Governor Ron DeSantis.
Mhm.
It's a statewide thing now, banned fluoride from being in the water. But also Lee County Utilities on top of that is ending their chlorine flush. So if you are on dialysis for kidneys or if you notice like a weird smell or taste to your water, it's probably because they're changing to chloramides. Not bad for you, just something to be aware of. Give it a day or two, it'll probably go away.
Yep. Just a heads up.
Heads up. We like to give heads up.
Alrighty. We also like to highlight students in our community who do amazing things. We saw this story online and we were like, we love this and we want to highlight it. So this story is from Collier County. You're looking at the Collier County Sheriff's Office, and this is Troy of Eden Park Elementary School. How cute is he?
He's awesome.
And he did a really awesome thing as well. You want to talk about it?
Well, he's a third grader, and he spoke up at the right time. So I guess he got the Do the Right Thing award from the sheriff's office. That's why he's standing here with all these sheriff's deputies and school administrators, because he noticed that a child in the cafeteria with him was choking.
Yeah.
And how scary is that? And
Yeah.
you know, you think of the lunchroom when you were a kid, it's loud, there's
Yep.
a lot going on. And he went and told an adult. So they were able to go and get like an airway clearing device and help the kid who was choking, and it ended with a happy ending, right? Everything was okay.
Yeah.
So, Troy, keep up the good work and, you know, do the right thing.
The Do the Right Thing award has been around forever.
Forever. And I love it.
Me too.
I'm here for it.
Highlighting positivity in our community amongst our students, and we love to see it. So we wanted to bring that update to you as well. And then also this, our Yoshi Price, who is always out and about doing something like a lot of our reporters. It was actually in Fort Myers. She lives and works in Fort Myers, and she was highlighting that the city of Fort Myers is partnering with the African American Cultural Center to bring an African American Cultural Center to Roberto Clemente Park in right across from Quality Life Center in the Dunbar community. So this is a big deal. Think about how many stories have we done at the museum there, the Black History Museum, right?
Yeah.
It's a great location. It's an old schoolhouse.
But it's small.
But it's small.
Yeah.
And that team has done a great job of maximizing that space, but they're like, we need more.
Yes.
We need more.
100%. And this looks beautiful. The renderings are gorgeous. 3 stories. First level would be like an art gallery, so the community can go and check it out, bring people in from all over. Second floor would be a community space, so they would have events and performances. And then the third floor would be music and media production studios. How cool is that?
Yeah, they're really focused, the society, on helping people to launch their own like entrepreneurship venture. So let's say you wanted to have a podcast, it would be something where you could go and
Yeah.
record there, and they have all the setup. So
And then they're talking about changing McCullum Hall and updating that so it has
Come
like
on.
food stands and
Yes.
it's a gathering area. So I just love all of these updates that they're bringing to that area of Fort Myers.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Man, it's hard to believe. What are we in? Almost June, July, August. So almost 3 years
Since Hurricane
since
Ian.
Hurricane Ian. And, you know, we don't have to tell you, everyone's got their story about Ian. But when you look around Southwest Florida, you can still see, you know, the change, the growth, the mark that it left.
Mhm.
But it wasn't just homes, it wasn't just businesses, like the buildings that got taken down. Arbella Line, she works in the Cape Coral Pine Island community every day. So she met these 2 guys, and they are all about the music. So they started this program called Monday Music. And they meet every Monday. It's free, 6 to 7. People can jam and they learn music and
Oh,
all that
yeah.
fun stuff. But
yeah.
the storm damaged like all this stuff you see laying out, like the rusted strings, the guitars, the wood like rotted because not only did they flood on Pine Island, but the roof was damaged, so all the water came in.
Wow.
So they lost like pretty much all of their instruments. And they've been doing this program for 10 years, so they probably had a lot of instruments. But anyway, they've been working on a fundraiser because they said, I love that they were like, you know what, we can make music with anything, with sticks, clapping our hands, using our voices and stuff, but they want to be able to have instruments to teach and grow
Of course.
this program. So they're working on a fundraiser for that. And I just, you know, it's shows how far reaching like Ian's effects were, but how resilient our community is too.
Yeah. So they're looking for your help. If you can help, you can find Bella's story on our website, fox4now.com, if you are interested in helping them to get all the instruments that they clearly need to launch into our community and give us more music, which we need.
We love music.
Yeah.
I just, for the first time, I had like an urge to play the piano last night. And
yes.
it's like
Yes,
a
I love this.
de-stressor for me. I
Yes.
love playing the piano, but I'm not kidding. I have not touched those keys in at least 6 months, if not longer.
Okay.
And it's like such a good stress relief for me.
You can go to Amy's Facebook page, and if you just scroll through a bunch of videos, you can actually find a video of her playing. She is so talented. That's
Mm.
my plug for you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. You've been playing the piano your whole life? Did you go to actual classes? Were you self-taught? I have a lot of questions.
No, I had to take lessons.
Okay.
It was forced upon me when I was a child. I think I was 4 when I started.
Ooh.
And I used to hide the music under my bed because I didn't want to take the lessons. The lady came to the house, and then, like, after a year or 2 of it, it grew on me, and I really enjoyed it. And I took lessons till I was a teenager.
Mhm.
And then I didn't play, like, all through probably half of high school and college. And then as I became an adult, I was like, man, I miss that.
Mm.
And you just pick it right back up.
Yeah. What kind of music do you enjoy playing on the piano? Are you like this Beethoven that I don't know about?
I do like
Composed?
classical music.
Okay.
I play like Pachelbel, Canon in D. That's one of my favorite songs. But I also have books like there's this. They actually have like music that I listen to. The piano guys, they do like current music and switch it into like
Love.
piano music.
Yes.
But anyway, they have these books that change or show you the what do you call that the composition for popular songs.
Okay.
So I can play,
That's awesome.
some of that stuff.
That's
it does.
awesome.
Some songs just don't sound good on the piano, though. Let's be real. When it's like a Rihanna song,
Yeah, or like
I'm
apple bottom jeans.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like apple bottom jeans. It's the SNL skit. Have you ever seen that? Where they're like, no, okay. Are you gonna cry again?
No, no, I'm done crying on
Okay.
this podcast.
You want to talk about holiday meats? Because John Matarese, he is all about the summer grilling season. And apparently, the steak, the hamburger meat, the hot dogs, the chicken,
It's all gone up.
it's expensive.
Yeah, it adds. It first of all, it already adds up, but now you add on all the extra cost, and it's going to cost you a little more. That's what he was saying. Like you might walk into the store and be like, "Whoa, this is a little more expensive than I thought it was going to be." So he had some tips for like what type of steak, maybe some tips for the type of meat that you should grab.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I like raw meat grosses me out a little bit.
Okay.
I'll eat a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
I just don't want to handle it.
Yeah.
So he was saying for steaks, look for if you're really trying to save money and you want to, host people for Memorial Day or Father's Day or whatever, cuts that you can look at to save money. A chuck eye. Okay,
Okay.
that's also known as the Delmonico steak.
Okay.
A flat iron.
Okay.
A London broil, which sounds fancy, but he was saying they're slightly tougher. Nope. But you can enhance the flavor by marinating them and only cook them till medium. It's when you overcook them that you're going to probably be chewing on them for a while.
And make your own dry rub.
Oh, that's a good idea. Instead
That's-
of buying it.
Instead of, also, I think I think you can taste the difference. I know that sounds ridiculous, and I know you can judge me because I'm not like a chef. I don't cook a lot, but I eat a lot. So
You
I
can
feel
taste the
like
difference in what?
the dry rub. Like
Oh.
when I feel like you can tell when somebody put their heart and soul into
Mm.
putting that dry rub together and then seasoning it. So he suggested making your own
I support that.
Yeah.
And probably way cheaper too.
and probably less sodium.
Yes.
I think that's also a win.
Agreed. One other tip he had was maybe stay away from the meats and do like
Yeah.
grilled veggies.
Sure.
Now, I will say some veggies are not cheap either.
That's
so
real.
just depends what you're cooking.
Do you know what we were messing around with a couple weeks ago at a pool party? Skewers.
Oh,
You know?
I never do skewers.
Are you just not a fan, or you just
No, I'm totally a fan. I think like you know how sometimes when your family dinners like didn't go so well as a kid, those kebab, the shish kebab, when they said shish kebab, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
gross, 'cause it was like a piece of onion, a piece of green pepper, a piece of chicken, a tomato, and I'm like, I don't want this,
Uh huh.
but I still had to eat it.
Yeah.
My mom didn't play. She's like, this is what's for dinner.
You're eating it, baby.
Mhm.
Well, they had them at this pool party, and it was just like refreshing.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, one skewer, your girl can. Yeah, I love hot dogs and burgers and all that type of stuff. I like at a pool party, your girl can eat.
Yeah.
But one was enough, and
Yeah.
so I was thinking when I was watching John's story, like that's also an alternative too, because you are getting that meat, a couple vegetables, and you're kind of good
Yeah.
after that, maybe one or two. So
Totally.
kind of makes it stretch a little further.
I feel like just go for the cheeseburgers and hot dogs too, because that is a way. You don't need to be making steak for everyone. They'll be fine.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Um,
If you're going to the beach,
man, when was the last time I was at the beach?
also can say the same thing, but can I just tell you, now that the causeway is open again, I am like so focused on getting there.
Keep forgetting that it's open. Like
Yes.
that the beach on the causeway
Yes,
is open.
Ian, again,
I
3
know.
years ago. I remember when you were live, Amy, on air when you first saw the shots
It like
of the causeway.
yes.
I feel like emotional even like talking about it because I remember you were on air with Chris and you were painting that picture, and it was like we started to see it for ourselves, and it was like,
I heard
Mm.
that. I remember hearing the causeway broke, and I'm like, "There's no way. There's no way. Like
Right.
how?" And
Right.
I'm thinking it can't be that bad. There's got to be like a crack in it. But then when we saw what really happened, so anyway, you know what? Yes, I got to take the little ones there
Mhm.
and just go like put the toes in the sand and
Yeah.
get in the water. But if you're planning to head to Fort Myers Beach, Lee Tram's Beach Park and Ride, you can skip the traffic. It's so nice
Yes.
because they have their own little lane there on the right, then right around
100%.
traffic. You park for free at the Beach Park and Ride, which is at Summerlin Square Drive. It's online if you need to find it. Um, 75 cents, okay? Or you can get a day trolley pass for $2.
Yeah.
And you can do that on the app. And I'm telling you, that's the way to go. Then you don't have to pay the $10 at Cross from the Lani Kai or whatever. To
Or
go to
almost
Fort
get
Myers.
in fights because you guys are fighting over the same parking space.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, we're not.
Let's
doing
keep the
that.
peace.
Just ride the bus.
Yes, just get a pina colada.
Amen. To
You
that.
know,
Always the
Everyone-
answer.
Life is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to go to the beach. I definitely do. I
Also good for the soul.
also good for the soul, but like we live here and I don't go there enough.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I too can't remember the last time I went to the beach. I've been to pool, all that stuff.
Yeah. I used to go to the yacht club beach a lot with the kids because my parents lived in Cape Coral and it was just
yes.
quick and easy. It wasn't
Yes.
like this massive production, but even that
Yeah.
was closed down for a long time.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Go to the beach. We always talk about like staycations and all that stuff. We got the beach in the backyard, so there's that.
yes. Are we talking about the Gulf Coast Humane Society?
Yes, because I saw this video
Oh, sweet baby.
on social. They remember yesterday was National Rescue Dog Day.
Yes.
And so they posted this video, and they were talking about the fact that these are like 7 senior dogs that they're highlighting.
Look how sweet
I
they are
know.
too.
I had to share it because of that. Like we just fell in love with their faces. And just a reminder, if you are looking for a pet, a little furry loved one, Gulf Coast Humane Society is saying like they got a lot of them, and especially these senior dogs that get overlooked. This might be your next family member. So it's worth checking out. And it just also made me so sad because those little faces are so beautiful. but
happy.
yeah, exactly.
But also, puppies are a lot of work, and sometimes they can be hyper.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you know, if you have a senior dog,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not speaking from experience because I'm not a dog owner, but I would imagine they're much more
Calmer.
chill,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
They just
yeah.
want to be loved and like go on their little walk.
Yes. So, in case you're looking for a dog, that's an option for you.
Senior dogs at Gulf Coast Humane Society, we
Yep.
love that.
Yep.
All right,
Wow, I feel like we went through a good number of stories there.
I'm still stuck on Michael Bolton. Is it like When a Man Loves a Woman that did it for you?
I don't know, because with that particular song, I think I like the original.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know if it was one particular song. It was just like the way he looked in the music video, or the way he used to pop up on the Today Show was just like beautiful. The hair was just, it was really the hair. I'd never seen.
I'm not going to
Anything
pretend I
like
can
that.
understand,
It's okay.
but it's okay.
It's like not very relatable to a lot of people to say like I loved Michael Bolton.
I hope that Michael Bolton sees this
Me
and is
too.
like, I love you, Shari Armstrong.
Me too.
I tried to do his voice, that raspy.
Shari Armstrong TV on Instagram. Yeah. In case
All
he
right.
wants to slide in my DMs.
All right, well, okay. We are going to leave you for the next half hour to watch the rest of what's going on local news. What's today? Wednesday?
Today's
We will be
Wednesday.
here tomorrow with you, 10 o'clock, fox4now.com. That's when our off-script podcast happens, or we're going to stream on YouTube. Maybe tomorrow we'll try to stream on Facebook.
Yes.
I don't know if it's going to happen.
We're working on it though, just to let you know. But
Yes.
hopefully.
All right. Have a wonderful day. We'll
Bye.
see you guys. Bye.